What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of XoticPowerHaus. Today we just got a CL63 that just got dropped off on a flatbed. Let's go take a look. So the story behind this one is it came from Florida, Orlando actually, and someone here bought it and now it's here. So apparently it doesn't run. Let's go take a look. The front is very low. So this piece is missing here. See if there's battery power in the car. Looks like the battery is dead. Let's take a look under the hood, see if there's something missing. Oh, the belt seems off. That's not good. Let's check out the coolant. Oh, this is broken. That's not good either. So, a little bit of red zip tie over here. See if there's fluid in the ABC system. It is registering a little bit of fluid. That's good. Well, this is not supposed to be here either. That's for the ABC. So I took the fan out, and what I ended up doing is I ended up putting another belt on it to see what the issue is. And sure enough, take a look at this. So this is the ABC pump, just in the corner here. I know it's hard to see, it's belt driven. So this is the ABC pump over here. Get a closer view of it. So this is the ABC pump, and what's happening is this is hydraulic driven. So there's lots of pentosian fluid in this. So I took a look at this. So I ran the car and it's completely dry. So what that means is leaking. The reason the belt flew off is that this over here, the pulsation dampener, is broken and it's leaking fluid. So as you can see right over there, see that's completely broken and it's just pissing fluid out from there. So that caused the belt to get really slippery and then just basically it slid off. So this is before the ECU update. So we brought the car in. I took the airbox off. So let's just take a quick look how the car looks here. So I took the coolant cap off. There's absolutely no coolant in there, so that's disappearing somewhere. Gonna have to take a look. Hopefully it's not head gasket related or head bolt related, but we're gonna have to see that once I have the valve cover off. So another common problem on these cars are the intake manifold gaskets. So they leak over time and you have to replace the intake manifold gasket along with these bolts. And these bolts they're aluminum, very light, and you can't over tighten them, otherwise they're gonna break. So looks like there's traces of mice that was here before. Also found whoever worked on this car left this bracket loose. Not a big deal, but I'll put that on. Lots of leakage over here. I think it's probably just the front cam cover. I could tell the alternator was replaced. Looks like a different color. But looks okay so far. But let's go ahead and lift it up. Actually, what is that? Oh, nothing really. I thought that was a crack, but no. Okay, let's lift it up and let's take a look and see how it looks. All right, so let's take a look underneath. Some bit of oil leakage here, probably the rear main seal. That's all right. More oil leakage. I wonder what that could be. The engine mounts are completely collapsed. You can see the oil leaking from the engine mount as they're hydraulic filled. So both sides will need to be changed. Let me see if I get a view of this engine mount. Yeah, that looks like it's completely collapsed. Okay, so all the wetness here, I believe that's from the ABC pump. because of the dampener that exploded there. I just did this. I just took the belt off to see how the pulleys are doing. But I think this car might have a new radiator in it, so that does look like that was replaced at some point. So new rad, that's good. But I'm gonna clean all this up with brake cleaner because it's just absolutely soaked everywhere, as you can see. But gonna go ahead and replace the transmission mount as well, just to be on the safe side since we're doing that. Yeah, control arms are, yeah, that's probably a good idea to replace that as well. This side as well. It doesn't look the best, but yeah, so check out the rest of the car back here. Doesn't look too bad back here. It looks like this kind of looks like it's been dented in. Wonder how that happened. Original resonators. Take these out, put 2 straight pipes, and this car sounds absolutely phenomenal. That's what I recommend doing for all you M156 guys out there. But yeah, it looks all right otherwise. Yeah, this bumper definitely needs a refinishing. Not the best, as you can see. Customer dropped off new battery for the back. So this car has 2 batteries. One is over there in the trunk, and the one in the front is basically the starter battery. But oh, this is working now. That's good. Wasn't working earlier. Looks like a little paint fade over here. I think the car might have been repainted along this side. Could also be the Florida sun taking the clear off over here, just sitting in the heat. And I think a couple of places along the bumper over here. This looks like this is faded there as well. So I think a respray on the bumper would probably be the best, and probably should try to line that up better too. So yeah. Gonna swap this battery out as well. An original Mercedes starter battery that's over here. So customer picked this up, he dropped it off for me. And let's take a look at air filters here quick. Did that already. Let's just disconnect that. Just right up and out. I don't think that's ever been. What the flip was that? We're gonna be replacing the air filters as well on this. Over here for now. So let's go ahead and remove these valve covers here and see what the inside looks like. So we're going to be checking out the valve buckets, we're going to be checking out the camshafts, and we're going to be checking out the cam adjusters as well. One of them does rattle. It's usually the top ones here because the bottom ones they have oil, but the top ones basically, if the car sits around, they dry out and they leak down. So my guess is probably one of the intake ones, but we'll see which one it is. So let's go ahead and remove these. See how the gasket looks. It's pretty old and plastic-like, so we're gonna go ahead and replace this gasket. This doesn't look the best, so yeah, this has gotta go. Gonna be replacing these as well. Should put the cover back on. The cover looks okay, no cracks, but let's go ahead and take a look at inside now. Looks pretty clean, but what I do want to check, you can see the old head bolts in there. So we're going to be taking those out and replacing these old head bolts. I want to see if these are tight. So what you want to do is you want to put a wrench over here and try to move it. It shouldn't move. They should be locked in. There's a little pin in here that locks it. If it does move around, that means that this is bad and you're going to have to replace it. So let's take a look. Okay, so what size is this? 1/1/8. So let's go ahead and put this on, see if there is some movement. And yeah, so that's what I thought. It's the intake one. You could hear the oil squirting out from there, but this is no good. So we're gonna have to replace that. Let's check out the exhaust one. Exhaust one is solid, so that one is good, but this one's gonna have to get replaced. So, and I'm gonna be taking off the camshafts here. We're gonna be looking at the valve buckets and see how the valve buckets are, if they need to be replaced or not. But looks like the cam lobes, they look okay. Doesn't look like there's any it's all normal wear. But yeah, it's usually this one over here, the top ones, that have the most wear, but this is turned right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the crank to 40 degrees, top dead center. There's a mark on the crank pulley, and you have to take this pulley off over here, and there's a mark. So that mark has to line up with the 40-degree mark over here. And then after that, we're gonna see if this okay. But let's go ahead and take this valve cover off too and see how this side looks. Alright, let's inspect this side here. Engine looks pretty clean. The lobes look okay on the camshaft so far, but I'll have a better look once I completely remove these camshafts. So again, what I want to do is I want to test these and see if any of them have play. So there was a bad rattle on startup. So far we've diagnosed that this one is not good. It's gonna have to be replaced, but let's take a look at both of these and see how they're up to. Let's take a look. Let's put the wrench on this. Yeah, this one is not good as well. So that's what I thought. Both of the intake ones are not good. So we're gonna have to go ahead and replace this one too. So this one is not good. But now let's remove these front cam covers here. And then once we remove the front cam covers, we should be able to take out all the camshafts and then look at the buckets as well. But before again we do that, we gotta set the timing to 40 degrees top dead center, and after that we should be able to take that out. Found something interesting. Looks like Someone made this clever little thing over here, this nipple. Usually what happens, it breaks off, but it looks like they don't want to replace the bottle, so someone just did some repair work over there. And also this line is supposed to run this side of the bracket, not behind it. And this goes down to the thermostat. This thermostat has this little plastic nozzle that comes off. I'm gonna get a little nipple, but it looks like, as you can see here, that broke off. So what they did, they put this fitting over here, and they put this little hose. Kind of smart, because this is actually a very weak point on this thermostat, and always breaks off. But it looks like it broke off. Thermostat still probably works okay, so put this fitting and then voila. That's why they ran the hose behind this bracket. Makes sense now, but it's gotta come off. Alright, just remove the front cam cover over here. This is a gasket. Completely dried out. Let me see if I can remove this. But this, what happens is it leaks from here, drips down in front of the timing cover and goes all the way down. So we're gonna go ahead and change this gasket. Can't even get it out, it's just dry rotten. Get this out with this. Yeah, completely just, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this gasket. See how it's breaking apart? It's like plastic now. So, gonna replace that. So the top of this is broken. That's usually where the socket can go onto, but it looks like someone tried to put this on or take it off. But anyway, that's broken. So what I did, I took an angle grinder, made a notch here, and went like this. Took a hammer and just kind of hammered it that way. So as you can see, it got loose, and I'm able to take this out. This way I didn't have to remove the full pump. So I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, I'm trying to take this off, and it's hitting the head over here. So it looks like I'm gonna have to unbolt the pump. There's some bolts over here, some bolts in the back, and basically bring it out enough for me to should be able to take this out and then put the new one on. So I do have to take the pump at least out this much. So So just to give you an update, I did find 40 degrees top dead center over here. So as you can see, I put a little bit of nail polish here, and that mark lines up with this mark over here. You might have to spin it around a couple of times because the camshafts also have to line up over here. So as you can see, I'm trying to get a good focus here. See better now. So you have to keep spinning the crank to get to 40 degrees top dead center, but you have to make sure that this smaller part faces up. That's crucial. So when you put everything back together, it goes all properly, right? So that's part of timing, that needs to face up. This 40 degrees and that needs to face up. So if you spin it and if that doesn't face up, you need to spin it again, complete turn until that faces up. So that's really important. So I just took the left side intake camshaft out, and so far the valve buckets look okay. You just test it, you press it in. If it presses in, that means the hydraulic part of it is collapsed and you're gonna have to replace it. Also, just feel the surface over here. You can see that all of them are smooth and this spin, so none of them are collapsed, so they're all good on this side. Another important note is when you take these out, you gotta make sure that you take it out, you put everything in order, because these camshaft bridge over here, they're very specific way to this. So you're gonna have to put these back where they belong. If you don't, then you're gonna have a bad time, because every single one of them is labeled over here, as you can see, the way it has to wear to the camshaft, and you cannot mix and match these. So the way it comes out from is the way it has to go back in. You can't mix these up. So these ones are labeled as well. It'll say, it's hard to see, but it'll say aus over here, German for out. So aus is obviously out, so in and out, in and out. So this one will say in over here. So baby, why are you crying? What's up? What's up, baby? What's up? Wanna go for a walk? Wanna go for a walk? All right, she's gotta go for a walk.